But a good death only comes after a good life. You and I left a good life behind a long time ago, my friend.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? As you can see, it is just me in here. Obviously, I'm doing my first solo review. Scotty is on a little bit of a break, but we're going to get into it and talk this John Wick 4. So if you haven't seen it, did my quick review. It's on TikTok, it's on Shorts, it's on everything. So to save you time, you don't got time for that. But I want to elaborate on some of the things that I had talked about throughout that time. I mean, obviously, I only get 45 seconds, so I don't really get to elaborate. So I'm going to hit some of those main points and just kind of get to what I thought. But John Wick 4, man, my man Keanu Reeves is back, and I've watched the John Wick series. I like it. I don't love it like some people, but I do like it. And the action, the visuals, it's all awesome. You really, like I said a lot, you get what you pay for, and that was really an amazing part of this movie. I honestly, just to start, maybe the best looking movie I've seen. Like it's up there with Avatar 2. And I don't say that lightly. Like it looks beautiful. Like this, I was thinking like this is an IG model's like dream, but just going to these places and taking photos because it was amazing the sets they put in here. So definitely shout out to the budget. But yeah, tap in with us. Minor League Films pretty much at all social media. A lot of full stuff is here on YouTube, but if you don't got time for that, TikTok, IG, Facebook, all that, let's jump into it. So John Wick, our guy, is back after he pretty much fell off a building last time. I forgot about that. It'd been a while since I seen that movie, but yeah. So he's back, and in this movie, basically what he wants to do is take down the table, which are the controlling group of this underground world. Which is this world really underground? Because to be honest, the stuff they do, I'm like, where the police at? Like they don't operate underground. Like I expect them to take somebody around the alley, like, you know what I'm saying? Do it outside the light. They just be flying bullets right in the middle of the street. But yeah, so in my short review, I talked about 3 pros, 3 cons, and I'm going to hit that. So my overview of the movie, John Wick is back. He wants to take down the table, and he has to deal with a new villain, Bill Skarsgård, who is the Marquis. So basically, Bill Skarsgård, he's great in this. I really like his character. But basically, he's put John Wick's name out since he killed at the very beginning. He kills one of the I guess the head guys, and kind of puts his name back out there. And he's like, look, I'm taking down the table. I'm not staying in this underworld. I either want my freedom from this world or I'm gonna die. It's gonna be one of the two. So that's kind of the dilemma we have here. And John Wick he's made the choice. He's like, I'm going for it. Whatever happens, happens. So very early on, we start with that. You see him back in action, doing his John Wick stuff. But that comes back on the content of a hotel, which we our guy Winston, played by Ian McShane. So, obviously they take out his hotel very, very early on. And he's now got to get back with John Wick and be like, look, man, you costing me, so I'm gonna need you to to get this right so I get back to my life. But he's great in here. So that's kind of the setup for our movie. John Wick is going after these guys, and with the help of people he's come across, his friends and stuff like that, he's trying to take out Bill Skarsgård and get to the table. So one things I wanted to talk is like I spoke about it earlier. The visuals. This is a beautiful movie, man. I can't say that enough. It is beautiful. The sets were amazing, and the setup for some great action shots. Like now, I did say the action, and you see it. This movie is too damn long. The action does go for a while here. So when you're in a scene, you better lock in. Look, I'm gonna let y'all know early. If you're gonna go see this movie, you have not seen this yet. Do not eat before. You might catch the itis and pass out. Make sure you use the bathroom. Do not get the large $25 soda because you're gonna miss part of this movie peeing a couple times. So I'm just putting that out there. But yeah, but visually, this was a master class, man. It was beautiful. And to be honest, this is what makes it so great to go to the theater. Like, go see this in theater because this is the type of movie that the theater was made for. You want the big screen, you want the experience, obviously the sound, even though the sound was loud in theater I'm in. So it was like boom. I'm like, it's a horror movie. But yeah, this is definitely something you need to go see in the theater just to get the visual experience. Starting with that, it's A plus, A plus plus. It looks good. So we have a great cast in here, and I want to get into the acting a little bit. The acting is fantastic in this movie. I mean, I'm going down I got my list here: Keanu Reeves, Donnie Yen, Bill Skarsgård, all amazing. Ian McShane as Winston. I love his line. He remind me of that cool uncle, man. You know that uncle you have, and he just, he says some slick stuff. He was a player back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's Ian McShane. Lawrence Fishburne is back. He's good in this. I don't want to butcher his name, but I love this actor, Hiroyuki Sanada. There we go. I think I got it smooth because I was struggling a little bit before, but he's good in this. And also Shamir Anderson, the black guy in the movie. You'll see him with the dog. I don't think I've seen him before, but I really like that dude. He's got some charm to him. I think he was directed a little weird in some scenes, which I'll maybe talk later. But yeah, I think he's a really good actor. Honestly, I haven't seen him. So if y'all are hip to him, get me hip because I haven't seen him before. But I thought he was great in this. But yeah, the acting is awesome. It's all I can ask for. My third point was oh, there we go. The action. The action, you get what you pay for. I'm gonna keep saying it. The action is awesome. It's choreographed well. The only thing I didn't like about the action is everybody here is moving. They're quick, they're fighting and all that. But Keanu Reeves himself looks a little slow, just to me. And maybe this is me. I know he's an action actor, but he looks a little slower. It's like he's not moving at the same speed. And it could just be Keanu Reeves is older, you know what I'm saying? Or there's a lot of martial artists in this movie, as Scotty alluded to. So it could be that, but it didn't bother me. It didn't take me out the movie. I just know it's just something I noticed. But the action is awesome. Some great shots, cool weapons, cool designs. Now there is one part where these dudes roll in with machine guns and all that, and other people have bow and arrows, and I'm like, now look, oh look, man, I don't know how that's gonna work out, but good luck. I guess it's not exactly a fair fight, but I thought that was kind of funny. So those are mainly my pros with the movie. And I'm gonna go to my cons. And I said this all. It sounds crazy, but the action. I can elaborate on this a little bit. When I say this movie is too long, it's a lot of times because of the action. You're like, wait, what? Like that's the stuff we go to the movie theater to see. And I'm like, yeah, I got you. But there are scenes in here that just run on forever. It's like John Wick. It's almost like a video game. Like you're in a video game and you're on a level and just endless bad guys. That's what it's like. John Wick is fighting dudes, beats him up, kills him, fights another dude, beats him up, kills him, throw a left, throw a right, all that. 5 more dudes come in and it's like 15 minutes. We're still here. And I'm like, okay, either he's too exhausted to keep fighting and probably should die, which he's our main character. So we know he's probably at least good through a lot of the action scenes. But it just goes on too long. Like my friend Tony, and I would shout him out. He said this dude was falling downstairs just to extend the runtime of the movie, and that is true. There's a scene in here where he falls downstairs for like 10 minutes, and I'm like, he's still falling. Took my drink, you know what I'm saying? Ate some snacks. Look up, he's still falling. So the action at times goes on way too long, and I think this movie has almost a 3-hour runtime. Could be 2 hours, wouldn't bother me at all. And the thing is, if you could take something out and the movie still has the same presence and same kind of good feel as it had before, you don't need that. So there's a lot of parts in here where I'm like, we don't need that. But yeah, action runs on too long at times. Also, the dialogue. There we go. The dialogue. So we know Keanu Reeves, and I will throw some clips in here of his dialogue. Good Lord.
I'm going to need a gun.
But not even just him. It's some other people in here that's dialogue just kind of weird or it's not written well. Other than really Winston, who his dialogue is always smooth. So I really like him, but the dialogue needed some punch up a little bit. And you can tell this movie you're not here for the dialogue. You're here for the action. You're here for the cool suits. You're here for the gunplay, all of that good stuff. So you're not here for it, but I did notice the dialogue in parts, and Keanu Reeves is again a major part of that. I'm like, man, can he get a word out? Like,
I'm going to kill you.
Well, Keanu Reeves talks normally in person, so it ain't him. So I don't know what the point of that is, but I'm like, man, get these line outs. That's half the runtime is him trying to say a line. But yeah, and also lastly, my last comment was just the time of this movie, and I alluded to that with the action, which was the part that I thought made it longer than it needed to be. When it's outside the action, this movie moves pretty quick with its storyline. So, but one one thing I had to mention, and this is a little bit of a combo. There's a character here, and I will put a clip of him up.
Oh, for better, of course, yeah. But it looks like we have ourselves a genuine conundrum. A quandary, if you will. A real-life dilemma.
He is a cartoon, a whole cartoon. I'm like, this is the most it's the dude with the purple suit, and I forget his name, but he is a whole cartoon in this movie, and it kind of takes me out a little bit. I'm like, all right, y'all, like we got these serious assassins around here. I'm talking about like serious killers, and then we got this dude, and it's like he ain't even taking this seriously. Like, it's too funny. But yeah, man, that was pretty much my pros and my cons. I can talk those out a little bit longer. Overall, man, this is everything I want to see in a. This is not summer, but this is everything I want to see in a summer movie because we're almost getting to that time. Because gives you the action, it gives you the intensity, and these scenes are great. It looks great. You're gonna leave the theater out there, acting like you got some of the skills that was in the movie, obviously. But man, I did really like this movie. And I wouldn't even call myself a John Wick fan necessarily. I like Keanu Reeves. I like a lot of the actors in here, but wouldn't even really call myself a fan of these movies. I've thought that they've been good, but this is the first one I've seen in theater. And wow, like probably my favorite one outside of the first one. I really like the first one. So probably my favorite one outside of that. And I can't recommend this movie enough. Like, go see it. A lot of times people be like, avoid this, blah, blah, blah. Everything we see, we want people to go see and make their own opinion. Now, there's some stuff I say, I probably wouldn't watch that, but I ain't going to tell you how to feel about it. But I think if you go see this, I paid full price. I ran to the theater because I had to get some work done to my car. And I was like, oh, my time's ticking. Because if you can catch a movie for $3, matinee, so I'm good to go. I'm only paying like $12. But I got there at 4. So I ended up having to pay like 17. And I'm like, man, at this point, I might as well get that movie deal for, $20 a month for a limited movie. So we'll think about that going forward. But I had no problem with the price I paid, and that kind of goes into our rating. For me to give a rating on our scale, it would be price of admission. If you don't know our ratings, pretty much it's a home run, and that's like a perfect movie. Price of admission is right under there, so that's probably like our B plus, like really good movies. I think you get the entertainment factor is there. I think that the acting factor is there. You pretty much get everything. If you walk into a John Wick movie, I ain't expecting no crazy dialogue. I'm not expecting like no plot that takes me to tears. I want some action. I want some fighting. They gave me more than what I asked for. So my rating is price of admission. Maybe Scotty will come up and do his rating because I know this was a movie, but definitely he alluded to a lot of the action actors in this and martial artists, and that is all there. So John Wick fans and non-John Wick fans, if you haven't seen it yet, go see it. If you have seen it, let me know your thoughts. On TikTok, some people are going at me for the length, blah, blah, blah. But it's an opinion. That's just my opinion. If you don't mind the length, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like walking in the theater in midday and I leave and it's the next day. You know what I'm saying? The date changed by the time I was in there. But definitely recommend it, man. Closing out. I just want to let everybody know where you can find us. Obviously, our full stuff is here on YouTube. Please subscribe. Please tap in. Please let us know what you want to see. We will take what you want and do movie reviews on it. We are open and down to watch anything. So that's forever true. But also at TikTok, let me get the little banner out. Mine up. If you would like to find me, your host, Flyknit Johnson, on IG and TikTok at Flyknit Johnson. On Twitter, I'm City Boy Quentin, but that also goes as our movie channel where I can put up some information on what we're doing and live stream a lot of stuff when we do live stream. So that's where you can find me. For my co-host who is not here, you can find him at Scotty Get Down on Instagram and on TikTok at Corono_ENT. Well, that's all I got, man. We got some stuff upcoming. I know it's been a little bit since we've been up here, but we got some more stuff for you to try and get that schedule right. We've both been working and doing a lot of stuff. So trying to get it all sorted out. But I thank you for joining us. I did not want to keep you too long. And if you're still here, man, like, subscribe, tell a friend. If you like what you see, tell somebody. We can put it more and more and more. The more you like it, the more we can, put more out there. So we appreciate you on this, and I will see you next time.